Hello friends, welcome to Acquire IAS. So from today onwards we are starting a new series, that is UPSC CSAT, a complete series, right friend, a complete qualifying CSAT series which is mainly important for paper 2 of the prelims, right friends. So this is an open challenge throughout the India. Those who want to challenge, they can challenge this. Whatever the strategy we are following, if you follow this strategy, you will clear 100% CSAT, right friends, 100% CSAT. There is no doubt in it. So you can just follow us. So without getting late, we'll start now. So you can join here the WhatsApp group for mains answer writing initiatives, right? And you can follow me on my Facebook page. You can subscribe the blogs for getting any interesting articles regarding the personality development and the UPSC related articles, right friends. You can join the Telegram channel for getting various kind of PDF, right? So we move further here. The task of the day is English comprehension for UPSC prelims, right friends. So I think you are ready for getting this. So if this video is little bit longer, please bear with me, because the knowledge is important, not the source, right friends. You can practice questions from anywhere else, but the knowledge is very much important, because in many of books they won't provide such kind of strategies, right friends. So for this purpose, this video is very much essential for each and every student throughout the India, those who are appearing for, especially for UPSC, right friends. So let us start. So now let me tell you that what is the meaning of English comprehension first of all, right friends. So first of all, let us understand what is the meaning of English comprehension. That is, English means it is a language, and comprehension means clear understanding, right friends. So comprehension means you should understand in very much layman's language. So it is called as comprehension, comprehend, right friends. So this is the meaning of English comprehension. That is, a passage is given to you and you have to understand the meaning of that passage. So this is the meaning of the English comprehension, right friends. So I hope you understood the meaning of English comprehension. Now let us start how to read, what to read, when to read, right friends, and what not to read. So let us see further more questions as well here. So without getting late, we will start. So now already we have started, there is no doubt. So our first question is how to start, right friends. Our first question is how to start. So many of the students will say how to read the English comprehension. This is a major and vital question in the UPSC CSAT while preparing, right? So how to start? So first of all, you have to start in very slow manner, right friends, very slow manner, and afterwards you have to pick up a speed, right friends. First of all, you have to start a very slow manner, then you have to gradually pick up the speed. This is the strategy which you have to follow while reading the English comprehension, right? And wait friends, yeah. So from where you have to start? So that is introductory. First you have to follow the intro. Why you should read the introduction? What is the importance of the introduction here, right? So how to read? So these all questions we will see now. So how to read, that is, you should read very much actively, friends, right friends. Read actively but not passively, right? You should read actively, not passively. That is, you have to engage yourself with the passage. For example, if he is saying that there is a flood in Kerala, then you have to think that you are in that floods as well. So how you will feel? This is the first approach. And second approach, approach in the sense you have to recognize this as well while reading the comprehensions, right? And second thing, you have to connect yourself with those facts given, right friends. Whatever the facts which are given in that passage, you have to connect yourself. That is, how many members have been died and what are the problems you are facing due to that flood. So you have to relate each and everything with you. Then only you can solve such kind of passages very easily, or else you will feel very boring first of all, right friends. This is a major concern which majority of the students will complain me, that while reading English comprehension we are feeling bored. So this is the reason why they will feel bored, right friends, because they won't connect themselves with the activity and they will read just passively, not actively. And while reading passively, sometimes you may get the questions right but not the entire content. And if you say what is the need of getting content here, that is, yes, it is very much important, because there will be no chance. If you get a proper content in your mind, there will be no chance to getting a wrong question in your mind, right friends. Wrong question means if you attempt the answer A but actual answer is B, so it will be wrong answer. So in such kind of situations it won't be appear with you, right friends. So this is the matter. Next we see what to concentrate on. So second question we have covered, that is how to read, right? How to read we have done. Next we see about what to concentrate on, right friends, what to concentrate on. So here you have to concentrate more on ideas first of all, and the second one is opinions of the author, right? Opinions of the author if they are present, opinions of the author if they are present, because some passages they won't be any kind of opinions, they will just filled up with the facts, figures and ideas, right friends. So for that purpose I have mentioned here the if present, right? So you have what you have to concentrate, that is ideas and the opinions, right? And next we see next question, that is what not to concentrate here. What not to concentrate, this is also a major important question, right friends. So what not to concentrate, that is minor details, details like how many fishes has been died, right friends. So such kind of details you have to just ignore it, but you have to keep a focus, not a focus, just a glance over it, right friends. Next elaborations of something. Next and examples, right friends, examples. Next we see what the passage includes in actually. So these are the questions which majority of the students will come across to face the difficult stages, right friends. So these four kind of questions we have dealt till now, and now we will move what kind of passage in your exams they will give actually, and how you have to defend it. So first of all they will give a passage, right? So here you will have two kind of questions friends. First of all, what question, in what question you have to, it will cover opinion, and second thing is important, right friend. First thing they will cover opinions and second thing is importance, right? And then from what it will emerge the why question, right? In why they will give reasons of the situation, I mean why the floods has been occurred in that way. Next evidences such kind of situations, that is in previous years also such kind of floods has been occurred, so this is called as evidence, right friends. So they will provide the evidence also. Next, so this includes the overall passage friends, right? Next we see a major question, that is what to read, what to read. That is first of all you have to read the intro and conclusion, right friends. What to read, that is you have to read about the introduction as well as conclusion very thoroughly, right? Because in intro and conclusion the major hints will be given present in this intro and conclusion itself, nowhere in any other paragraphs, right? And we will come what kind of paragraph, what kind of questions where we will face. I mean, if they gave illustrate, right friend, such answers for such kind of questions where we can find very much easily. So even we will discuss such kind of questions as well, so please stay tuned for entire video because it is very much important. Next we see where you can find that, right friend, where you can find the introduction and conclusion, that is first and last sentences of the passage, first sentence as well as the last sentence of the passage, right? So for example, see here, this is the passage, right friends? So here you will get the hint, and next here you will get the hint, that is here in introduction, and here is your conclusion, right friends? So this is the motive behind what to read, right friends? So how to read, I hope you got it very clearly, right? So next we move further, right friends? So before moving further, I'll give you some key points to the passage. So what are the key words for the passage? So let us see here. I hope you can able to see these block letters. The font size is little bit smaller, but it's okay, you can manage that. So see here, so the keywords are but, yet, however, nevertheless, although, already. These keywords includes, these all keywords will include, I mean what it indicates, that is the statement is going back, that the author is going back for the moment. That is, for example, if he says the floods has been occurred on 21st June of the 2019, right friends? Nevertheless, then he means the hint is provided in these two lines itself, right friends? Then the hint is provided in these two sentences. Whatever the question is based on nevertheless, the hint is provided here in these two statements. So you have to think in this way, you have to follow these two statements very thoroughly at that moment, right friends? Next we move further here, that is, right friends, next we see about other keywords, that is moreover, furthermore, and also, right? These keywords will indicate the continuation of this statement, right friends? The continuation of this statement, that is, a statement is going on. If he uses moreover, furthermore, then such statement is known to be a continuous statement, right friends? Next we see for instance, example. These two keywords will indicate that illustrate, that is to introduce an example, that is the author is going to give an example right now, right? Next we see the other keywords, that is because, since, as, right friends? These keywords will indicate, that is conclusion of this statement, right? That is, he is giving the backup to his statements. In this direction you have to analyze the questions. That is, for this purpose, I mean, you have to just note down these keywords, right friends? Let me erase this screen first, by that it will be very much clear to you, right friends? So now you can note down. I'll pause for a few seconds. Right, now you can easily note down the screen, whatever the mentioned in the keywords in the screen, or else you can take a snapshot of this, right? Let us move further. Let us move further. Now we will discuss about what kind of passages the UPSC will give in actual sense, right? So this is types of passage, right friends? So in broad perspective, there are four types of passages, right? The first one is information regarding information, right friends? Next, the second one is science or factual passages, right friends? Science and factual passage or informatives. Informative. Next, the third type of passage will include information, that is dense of information. He will give lots of information that which we have to neglect. The minor information you have to neglect, right friends? Next we see there is difficult to read. Such kind of passages are very difficult to read, right friends? But these are very much easier to answer the question, right friends? Next comes the fourth type, that is opinion based passage, right friends? These are opinion based passage. These are easy to read but very much hard to answer. So in short, you have to never leave such kind of questions, that is model number 3, that is with dense of information, right friends? So it is difficult to read but easy to answer, friends, right? So you have to remember this. Next, so in overall perspective, if I want to conclude here, I'll tell you that a passage will include first the information plus the description plus the opinion, right friends? It will all together termed as passage, right? So next we move further. Here you can see now what are the types of questions, what kind of questions the UPSC will ask, right? So let me note here types of questions, right friends? Just a second, let me give a break. So now we will discuss the types of questions. In this, where to find answers in the passage, right friends? So this topic will be on this question. So where to find the answers for particular questions. So now first of all, let me segregate here where to find informative answers, right? So here let me write, this is for where and this is for how, right friends? In where to find answers, I'll divide this in two segments. That is, first one is global questions and the second one is specific questions, right? And in how to find the informative answers, that is, even for this also I will divide in two. That is, one is fetch questions and the second one is inference question, right? So now let us discuss one by one here, right? So let me start now. Just give me a moment. So now we are starting global questions, friends. First of all, right? First of all, we are talking about, this is 1. Let me mark this as 2. And this is 1 of 1. This is 1 of 2. This is 2 of 1, and this is 2 of 2, right? So now we are talking about 1 of 1, that is where to find informative questions answers in global questions, right? So what kind of questions here you will get? For example, what is the main idea of the passage? What is the main idea of the passage? Next, second question you will get, what could be the title of the passage? What could be the title of the passage? Next, third question is, what is the opinion of the author? Right, friends? Next question is, please make note of these questions and even make note of this thing. Right, friends? Next, we see about what is the opinion of the author. We have discussed third one, right? Next, we see this passage may appear in which of the following. Right, friends? Let me write a little bit here. This passage may appear in which of the following. In which of the following. Alright, friends? I hope you understood this thing. So first one is, what is the main idea of the passage, and the second one is, what could be the title of this passage. Right, friends? Second one is title of this passage. Third one is, what is the opinion of the author, and fourth one is, this passage may appear in which of the following. Like he will give 4 options and he will say in which of the following. Right, friends? So you have to find from that. Next, we see about, let me take new page. Right, so yeah, here we will speak about one of 2. Right, friends? So what kind of questions you will get, you can see here. That is, the author makes which of the following statement concerning. The author states which of the following. So you can get such kind of questions in 1.0, 1.2, that is 1.1, 1.2, sorry, my mistake. That is specific questions. You will get this kind of questions in specific questions, right? Next, the second type of question is, which of the following statements are correct? Which of the following statements are correct? Specific question. Next type question is third type of question, that is, the author mentions, let me write here, the author mention etc. to. Right, friends? So, and he will give a question mark. So what he is mentioned, it will be in your options, that is option A, B, C and D, friends. Right? Next, we see question, that is, the antonym of the words is dash. Right, friends? He will ask the antonym of the word dash is given in which of the following statements. He may give the antonyms or synonyms. Synonym of the word is given in which of the following statements. So so be ready for this kind of question, friends. Right? Next, we move further. Right, friends? Next, we move further for 2.1, that is global questions of how we will get the information. Right? So next we move further. Before moving there, I'd like to tell you one thing here, that is the specific questions of 1.2. It can be answered by reading a particular part of the passage. Okay, friends? Part of the passage. So for this purpose, I have said each and every statement which whatever I am saying in this lecture, it is very much important, because it is very much crucial. In each and every statement, there is a hidden information. Right, friends? Next, we move further, that is 2.1, that is how to get the information for global questions. Right? This is your 2.1. Right, friends? So here, what kind of questions you will get to see. First question is, in the line there is a passage. Right, friends? There is a passage in this way. Right? And he will give in the line 17th of the passage, the meaning of the word, so you have to first of all count the passage lines, then the go to the particular word, right friends, there you can, and then you have to answer for that question. So such kind of questions will come up in UPSC prelims CSAT paper, right? Next we see about the next question, that is, which of these is the reason for? Which of these is a reason for? Is a reason for, right friends? And he will give the 4 statements. Next we see about the author mentions dash in order to, right? The author mentions dash in order to, and he will give the 4 options. Next we see 4th question, that is, each of the following statement is correct except, he will give four options and he will say except. So you have to attempt such kind of questions, right? Next, frequent, yes friends, so these questions are stated in the passage and it is answered by rereading the passages, right friends? These passages are easy to answer, but after rereading, right friends, after rereading itself, before that you can't give the answer because there might be a chances for getting a wrong answer, right friends? So marking a wrong answer, for that purpose you have to reread it, right friends? Next we see about the 2.2, that is specific questions of how to find informative answers, right friends? We see here what kind of questions they will provide. Next, question number 1, type number 1, that is, the passage implies, right? The passage implies which of the following statement dash. And second question he gives in this format, that is, the passage suggests which of the following about dash, right? Next, the third type of question he will give you, what can you infer by the following statement? What can you infer by the following statement? Or he can also give, what can you infer from the author's statement, that is, he will give 4 options rest, right? So you have to think in this way. Next we will move further questions. Which of the following statements can be concluded from the author's statement given here, right friends? Author's statement, he will give regarding the author's statement, he will ask regarding the author's statement, so you have to prepared by this. So how to answer these questions? So these are all questions where I have given the keywords before, you have to look at that, right friends? So these are very much indirectly stated passages, right friend? These are very much indirectly indicated passages, these are called as, right friend? So these are very much little bit critical to answer, but if you focus, it can be done, right friends? Next we move further, that is, right friends, so let us move further. Let me take the new page here, right? So here I'll give you few key points which you can note in your notebooks separately whenever you are practicing CSAT, especially the English comprehension. You can refer this, right friends? So coming to the keywords, this is our keywords. Next, first keyword is welcome. right friends? First keyword is welcome, and second one is therefore, right? Next, third key point is should be, should be. Next, fourth one is however. Fifth one is such as. Next one is according to. Then comes your yet or but, yet or oblique but, right friends? So these are the important keywords which I have mentioned here. You can note these points because you can't get such kind of keywords in any of the books, right friends? These are all the summarized versions and the hard work of our team, right friends? So next we move further, that is what does the welcome key denotes to? It denotes to the good or positive, good or positive. And what the therefore will mention you, that is conclusion, right friends? Next, what the should be will indicates, that is it is a suggestion, the author is giving the suggestion. Next, what the however says, that is however whatever is mentioned in previously, it is contradictory in the next sentences, right friends? Whatever it is mentioned in the previous sentences, it is contradictory in the next sentence, so you have to be careful with the however options, right? Next, such as include indicates for example. Next, according to, this one, right friends? According to means using a particular evidence, using a particular evidence to support the author's statement. Whatever he said, whatever the author is said, to support his statement, he will use according to, this keyword he will use, right friends? And when the yet or but will use, that is some other situations can be happened there, right friends? Whenever the author is using yet or but, then you have to think that some other situation might be occurring there, right friends? So these are the important keywords which I have said you, and you have to make a note of this, right friends? So let us move further here. So let me take this, yes, yeah. So before going to tell you important another facts about this passage reading, I want to say you one thing, that is whenever you are reading the passage, you should concentrate more on why questions rather than what, right? You should focus more on why, not what, right friends? Because in why you will get many of the questions, many of the answers here from here itself, and which are mostly related to what also. Whenever you will get the question for why, you can easily get the answer for the what, right friends? So this is the secret of the English comprehension passage solving, right friends? So next we see about types of passage. Now we will see what are the types of passage. So here there will be 4 types, and the first one in this will be your informative passage, right friends? First one will be your informative passage, and the second one is descriptive passage, right friends? Next, third one is argumentary passage. Next, the fourth one will include, let me draw it here, the fourth one will include bring out passage. So what are these all passages, friends? So let us see. So in this bring out, you can see the questions related to what, when, how, why, or opinion, right friends? So what, why, how, when, opinion, these kind of questions will come in the bring out passages. Whenever the author says bring out, you should focus on these questions itself, right friends? So these questions, they will come under these questions, right? Next we see about the argument passage. What kind of argument passage, I mean what the argument passage will says. It will first of all, there the opinion of the author is given, right friends? The opinion of the author is given. The first point is, right? The second point is author's opinion is differentiated from the other's opinion. There will be reports, right friends? Reports or any summaries, but his arguments will be totally different, right? So in this way you have to follow, right? Next we see about the opinion or introduction. Opinion or introduce. Easy, these are the easy to read but difficult to answer, friends, right? These opinion questions are, that is argument passages, are easy to read but very much difficult to answer, because these answers will lie very much in hidden, which one cannot easily answer without any much practice, right? Next we say about the descriptive passage. So in this, what will include, the author will include, first of all, he will elaborate the incident. Elaborate. Second one we see phenomenal or event. Phenomena or event, the author will be described, right friend? Next, third point is he will give lots of information. Lots of info, right friends? Next we see these are very much difficult to read, friends, but very much easy to answer. So these descriptive passages are very much boring first of all to read, but these are the very much easier to gain the marks, friends, right? If you need marks, you have to focus more on descriptive passages which are very much boring, right? So we move further, that is informative passage. So here you can understand very much easily by the heading itself. That is what he will give here. First of all, the information given in this passage, in this type of passage, is very much lot, right friends? He will give very much lots and lots of information, facts and figures, detail, right friends? So you have to very much be careful for this, right? Next, science and factual passages, right? Science or factual. Next, he will give the dense of information, which I have elaborated this even previous slides also, but according to this classification I have mentioned here itself, right? So next we move further. Yes friends, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and before ending this lecture I want to tell you one thing, that is tomorrow we will give questions on the English comprehension, how to solve this comprehension according to the passage, where to find the answers and how to find the answers, how to read the passage, within how much time we have to read. Each and everything will be provided to you in the next question session, question practice sessions, right friends? So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do subscribe for Acquire IAS. Please suggest to your friends, relatives, and who are the known persons to you, that Acquire IAS is going to launch a website very soon, right friends? So I hope, and that is it for this day. Please do subscribe, and if you have any doubts regarding in this video, please do comment section, so let me know your doubts, and if any reforms I would like to do, I mean if you need reforms in this video, so let me know once. I will make it happen for you, right guys? So that is it for this video. Thank you very much. Have a great day.